And what was it like in Queens a little bit? That's like where Mike Tyson grew up and shit.
Nah, Tyson grew up in Brownsville in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
Brownsville.
Yeah,
Okay,
he grew
got
up
you.
in the next borough over from me.
Okay.
So I grew up in Jamaica, Queens a little bit. I went to a school called Jamaica High School. You know anything about Jamaica High School, you know, it's a crazy ass school. Um, it was calm. It was only the worst thing for me, honestly, was more so just like the culture shock of trying to, blend and try to keep up with my friends and try to speak, you know, proper English of how they speak, you know what I mean? And try to blend into that because you got an accent. People kind of they bully you and try to treat you funny, you know what I mean? But for me, not so much. I think I did a great job. I think I did a good job of like, assimilating, I guess, right? And also the community, Jamaica, Queens in general, is a lot of Jamaicans in Queens, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of families that migrated, here to America and all that. And a lot of the kids that went to their parents or their grandparents were Jamaican and or from the Caribbean or from somewhere else. It was just a melting pot of different cultures, so it was easy.
Okay. And like, is it kind of like Brownsville is like really dangerous? Was Queens kind of dangerous at all, or like walking around
Yeah,
there and stuff? Is it kind of like you got to watch your back a little bit?
yeah, Jamaica, Queens, yeah, where I'm from, like some of the projects around here and stuff like that. But it's just again, it's who you around, right? It's who you around, who you decide to surround yourself with. You know what I mean? So naturally, you're gonna run into shit. Shit is gonna happen. You're gonna get into fights. There's gonna be gangs. There's gonna be all that shit. But like, it's just up to you. Of how you wanna approach that and deal with that and how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? So you're around that. You could be in it, but not of it. You know what I mean? So for me, it was more. So I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was trying to pursue. So a lot of that, a lot of that never really affected me. And then I grew up around a lot of there's like a lot of gang. I just grew up around gangsters and all that type of stuff, and like that, from being in Jamaica and then coming here. There's a lot of different people in my family that are involved in certain shit. So I never found the need to really want to jump into that. You know what I mean? I had my own lane, and I had good support around me to kind of push me into that. So that's what I did.
Got you. Did anyone ever like approach you or anything like that, and you had to kind of maneuver your way around it to like make sure you stayed on the straight and narrow at any point?
Yeah, of course, naturally. This is how it
Just
is, especially
happens.
going to yeah, especially going to the school that I'm going to. But again, it's up to you. My friend, I got friends that are in that life wholeheartedly, and it's just like I'm not in it, but we still cool. You know what I mean? And it's no one. My friends respected me to the point where they know. Even if I decided I wanted to get into that, everybody would look at me like, bro, that's not what you do, bro. That's not you. Nah, we need you to stay in the ring and keep doing what you do, bro, because they support me doing what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, because around that time, right, like in high school and stuff, you were like boxing, right, or something like that. So they knew you were fighting and trying to compete.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were always like true with like your intentions. Like you're like, I like to train, but I grew up around these guys, but it doesn't mean I necessarily have to like be associated with a gang. Like more so like if you're in the same neighborhood, you guys can just kick it from time to time or something like that.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. It's like, and my friend group was more so like, some guys are into that, some people are not. But naturally, we ain't no bitches. We ain't, what I'm saying? But we're just not into that. That's just not what we're doing. I mean, if somebody tried to like that wanted to, do something, I feel like that would be a bad idea. You know what I mean? But still, we're not like out looking for trouble or trying to do nothing like that. We just kids, bro. Just trying to chase our dreams at the end of the day.
Yeah. So what were your homies like? Were they same kind of similar dreams like boxing and training, or like your circle of
Everybody's
friends that you're
different.
talking about?
Everybody's different. Right now, my best friend
Yeah.
is a mailman. Right now, he ended up being a
Okay.
mailman. Like everybody just went on to do other things. There's some people that didn't make it. Some people are, people are naturally people get caught up in shit and they go down that path. But everybody's path was different, and but we all come together still from time to time.
Yeah. Okay. And the last thing I have just about this one, I wasn't even really planning on asking you, but I know I won't get too into it. But because your dad's in jail or something like that, and then you said that or prison, right? And then you also had mentioned that like your family was caught up in it. I'm just trying to tie two and two together. I actually don't even know why your dad is incarcerated or anything. But like, did you happen to learn any lessons from your family to where like that helped you stay on the straight and narrow too? And like maybe like find a hobby or something like that, so you're not kind of like maybe doing nothing.
Nah, I just never had the desire. I mean, naturally, like my dad was always in my life. He's always been around. Maybe not physically, but I visit him all the time. And as a kid, he's always calling. Like he's there. he's just not here where he can come, you know, but he's always been a big important figure in my life. And he's always telling me, just things that, that I shouldn't be doing, or things that, learn from the lessons from him and that kind of stuff. And even just like other family members around me that are already doing things, it's kind of like everyone kind of used to always just breathe life into me and just always tell me like, bro, you can be special. You know what I mean? You can be, we see that in you, and like continue to do what you do, and put that energy into the energy and the mindset that you have. Don't put it into this, put it into something else. And so I always had a big support team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's important.
I always had people around, whether it may not be the best influence to other people, but for me, they still were like, yo, even though they did what they did, they still protected me and was like, yo, I was the youngest kid, the youngest son, you know what I mean? And the youngest out of all my siblings. I have like 9 siblings, and it's everyone always kind of just came together for me and supported me. So
Okay. So that probably made you feel like you had a purpose and like probably gave you confidence to try things out.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I never really was, people feel like, if you have like just idle time, and it's not even about that. It's just your mindset. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. I just happen to be that kind of kid. You know, I
Busy
just
kid,
never
right?
found, yeah, I never found interest in doing that. I mean, you do shit as a kid naturally. We all do shit. You just don't get caught up. You don't get caught, right? But we all do shit. But at
A
the
little
end of the
mischief
day,
from time to time.
yeah. But at the end of the day, you know your heart, and you're not, that you're not primarily just gonna do that. You know what I mean? I know I have a bigger purpose and a bigger goal, and that's what I work towards.